Welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. Happening right about now is the Green Bonds Capital Market and Investors Conference. Of course, we spoke to Channels Business News editor Bosun Mofaye at the start of the program to get a sense of what's actually going on. The Nigerian Stock Exchange is playing host to Nigeria's acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the governors of Lagos and Ogun State, as well as ministers of finance, Minister of Environment, Power Works and Housing, and the Federal Capital Territory, meeting with investors to talk about ensuring sustainability of the green bonds being proposed by the federal government. And so the Minister of Environment, Amina Mohammed, of course, gave a welcome address talking about the possibilities and, of course, the opportunities contained in getting the capital market buying into this green bonds, and the capital market operators are quite excited about this. We've had several conversations in this regard. So other guests also present at this particular event include the Senior Vice President of Moody's Investor Services. We've got the Director, Climate Bonds Initiative, the Director General of Pension Commission, the Director General of the Securities Exchange Commission, as well as other capital market operators. We'll talk to Bosun much later on the program as the event progresses to get a sense of what's going on there. But let's also talk about what's going on in the commodities market now. And Opeyemi Oguntade, who is a senior economic research analyst with financial derivatives, joins me now on the program. Opeyemi, it's great to have you join me this morning. So talk to us about what the burning issues are coming in from Monday, Tuesday, and of course yesterday, where the Central Bank of Nigeria cleared most of the forward futures of contracts at the market, given some form of liquidity. And we've also seen the Naira to the dollar tapering at the parallel market, which was literally galloping away.
Well, yes, and the foreign exchange market is really just like any other market that you would have. It responds to the forces of demand and supply. And what we've seen in the market between Monday and Wednesday is that the CBN has delivered on its new initiative to supply more dollars to the market. It's supplied about $500 million, and about 370 went to banks. And this has helped to, kind of restore confidence and eliminate the speculative premium we're seeing in the market, and that's why we've seen the parallel market rate has appreciated significantly by about 5% within the space of 2 days to 495 naira to $1. Now, looking at this development, if the question is this going to be consistent? Are we supposed to see an additional appreciation in the parallel market? And in terms of convergence, would we continue to see convergence in the market? It all depends on if the CBN is able to deliver consistently on this policy. So this week we've seen they've given banks about 370 million. Next week we would like to see if they would continue with this initiative, and if that happens, then we'd probably see an additional appreciation in the market, bearing that there's no other events that would cause the depreciation.
At what time do you expect to see some sort of impact on domestic agri-commodities?
Well, in domestic agri-commodities, what we've seen in that segment, some of them are directly impacted by foreign exchange scarcity, and we also know that some of the price increase we saw was as a result of an increase in cost of living. So traders had to, transfer that cost of living to their price so they can make a living. But in terms of the impact, looking at flour, we've seen that once the supply was available, there was a marginal reduction to about 10,500. So it depends on the competition in that market for that product. If the competition is high, we'll see competitors trying to engage in a price war of dropping prices to encourage consumers to purchase their products. In terms of consumer resistance, we also expect consumer resistance to reduce, because now that dollar is available for travel allowance, for medical fees, you don't have to source it from the high rate of 495. You can now go to 366. So in terms of income levels for the consumer, it's better, and we should expect lower consumer resistance. But how low will those prices go is something we cannot tell for now. But we actually looking based on what is going on in the market right now, we expect prices to moderate.
All right, Opeyemi, let's leave this conversation here for today. Thank you so much for your time this morning. So let's quickly take a look at some of the oil and gas stocks we track here on the program, starting, of course, with the 7 And taking a look at how they finished off, corn oil yesterday dropped 1.38%. That particular equity has not seen much movement, except, of course, in the number of units traded by investors. Yesterday, it dropped 1.38% to finish at 35 naira. Forte oil was also off 0.32%. Mobil had a marginal appreciation of 0.03%. But MRS was unchanged at 39 naira 3 kobo. Owando was the only equity, of course, apart from Mobil, that had any positive shoot recorded at the end of trade yesterday. Daily index came in at 0.12% positive, of course, on the back of gains recorded by Owando. Year to date is at minus 9.1% and dividend yield at 2.2%. A bill before the Nigerian Upper Legislative House for almost 2 years may soon be passed, withdrawing the country's regulatory and oversight landscape of the Free Trade Zones authorities. Now, the bill being considered by the Fatima Raji Rasaki-led Senate Committee on Trade and Investment is, however, being contested by some stakeholders in the Free Trade Zones business. Joining me to share his perspectives on this matter is Dr. Chris Asoluka, who is a former chairman governing board of the Oil and Gas Free Zones Authority and lead consultant, Senate Public Accounts Committee. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Harriet.
Now, could you walk us through the basic issues as far as this bill in the Senate is concerned?
Well, I don't think there are so many issues, but